Okay, let's run through the Custom Insert Designer quick tutorial. As you can see, there's a blank slate here we start with. You can upload any images on your computer to this blank circle area and then manipulate them. So we'll go ahead and go through first what all these icons are, what this is, what these are. So let's take a look at these. In order to do that, I've got to upload an image. To get in there is to activate them. So we're going to upload something we've got here. I created outside of the system. So it's just bringing in a photo. This happens to be something I had made. So I'm going to select this item. As you can see, it's got handles surrounding it. One is for resizing, so I can make this much larger, or I can make it much smaller. And then find the area I want to fit it in. Just gotta kind of play around with it, get that size right. And then, if I want to rotate it, I can also grab the middle handle and do any kind of a rotation there with that. But I don't really need it rotated, so I'll just leave it like this. Anyway, let's go through some of these icons. This is the background. First off, this will change the actual color of the insert. So if I didn't have an image here, let's delete that. We can change the insert image just to a solid, any color you want. You go through the color picker here. You can, let's load that back. You can share anything you create here as well via social media links. Let's start up at the top. You've got your start a new insert. You've got your open saved inserts, and start new insert just wipes this clean. Start new. Do you want to save it? Don't save it. There you go. It starts new. So I'd have to reload it. Open saved insert. This will allow you to open inserts you previously saved. Save current insert. This just saves this to your management area, your own design management area. What I mean by that is up top here you can see you've got my designs. Manage my inserts. That's where your inserts would be managed. So you can save it. It'll save there. You can save it as and give it a name, something new. Save as new. You can add it to a necklace with a pendant and see how it looks online before buying it. You can add it to your cart right from here. So there's so many different options here to play around with. We've got delete object. We've got bring object forward, send object backward, send a center object horizontal, center object vertical. This just kind of aligns it for you. Object color. This will change the color of the object. So I've got this one selected. It'll just change the entire thing to whatever I choose. So I choose red. It's all the 12. Everything turned red because it was an object. But you've also got a little transparency slider over here on the far right. So I could change the color to something else, but I could also change the slider on transparency of that color to take it down here. Now I can start to see it show through as I change the transparency, the overlaying color. So I could put a green over the top, take the transparency down on that green, and play around with that. You've also got the eraser to remove the color option you just added, and you can go through the options here and play around with them until you find what you're trying to create. There's also a nice, really useful object transparency slider down here that allows you to select your object first, then take this and you'll see it disappear. You're converting it into a transparency so you can see through it. Is what we're doing, and this is really cool if you were to like change the background color, let's say to red or something. let's do like bright red. Then you change the transparency of this, and you'll start to see the red come through from the background. So it's just turning your object into a see-through item. So there you go. That's the basics with images. You can play around and do a lot more with them as you mess with it. But for right now, that's the basic with images. If you move over to text, this is where you can write your own custom text here. So I'll write designer tutorial and I will add the text. You can't really see it because it's already dark. I'm going to change the color of it right there using the object color palette. And now I've got it. I got it visible, and I've also got it within the dotted safety lines. It will show, objects will show if you extend them past the safety line, but they're harder to read, so it's better to have everything within there. That curve starts about right there. So you want to make sure to keep any text, important text, inside that safety line. So here's our little tutorial on text. You can select your text. You've got the text tab selected here. You can change the font. As you can see, it's changing as I'm clicking on different fonts. You can scroll through quite a few different fonts here to choose from. You can see some of them don't fit right, so you would just select them and then come and resize, or use the font size option there and change it by number. You can also take that text and you can take your text tool and do something like this, designer, and curve the text. So let's add some curve text, and let's change the curve text white so we can see it. And there it is. So you've got your, I'll remove this text just so we can see how that works. You can kind of stretch it and adjust it here, or you can adjust spacing using the spacing slider, and the radius slider gives you a tighter curve, or expand the curve. So you've got some options here to play around with. That's all relating to the text option. Now let's move over to the clip art, and this area gives you a drop down of categories to choose from. This is just to help you get creative juices flowing, and give you options to create something for someone that you might want to make from scratch. So let's delete these. Let's create a new clip art piece here. We can go to Halloween and select anything really. There's that pumpkin. We can go to the spider web, which is a fun one to play with. You've got your spider there. And if you change the background to something else like black, you can see how the web was already black. So it's harder to see now. Well, we can select the web just by clicking on it. Change the web to white. Then we can change the white of this web because we've got it selected. Go down to our object transparency slider and change the transparency of the web and kind of fade it out a little bit. Take the spider, select the spider, turn it white or red or something else, whatever you want. And then you've got a unique little creation just by using a few clip art items. So that's something else you can play with. And right now, if we wanted to, we could go through and look at this on an actual necklace. So let's go to our jewelry set designer, click the set designer, it loaded in there. It's just floating here without any pendants. Well, we need to add a pendant, an insert, and a necklace. from this set designer. So we'll go through and add, let's do that pendant. I'm going to select that one and maybe this one just to see how they look. And then let's add a necklace. Let's select a stainless steel. And there we go. So now we've got our necklace, our insert, your custom loaded there. You can see it's a 1-inch insert. And pendants that I've chosen. I want to see how it looks with this one. Now everything we see here, we can continually add to. We can save this whole complete set and share it with someone right here via the links. So that's the basics for the insert designer. I don't need to save that, but that is how the insert designer works. If you just play around with this and try using it yourself, click around, play with the clip art, add some images of your own, and you should be on your way to creating some unique designs. Thanks for taking the time.